So, Joe, just before we, you know, get ahead of ourselves and like 2 years down the road this comes up, I just want to make sure when I introduced the idea of adjusted perspective to you, I capitalized the A and the J because of our names, but obviously that's adjusted spelled wrong. So
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, like, I guess the best way to ask you would be like, you knew that, right?
That adjusted was spelled wrong?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that it was for not so much that it was spelled wrong, but that with the logo it was. I'm not even sure what I'm saying anymore, man. Like,
Well, so when you sent me the idea for the channel, you wrote it AJ adjusted
Yeah.
without the D.
yeah,
I got that. I understood that. Like, your name's Anthony, my name's Joe. Adjusted perspective, like it's a whole thing. So, yeah, no, like, are you asking me if I was retarded? because I want you to understand that, like, when I typed it in the, like, when I took that and I started typing it in and I was looking at the list of names and like the list of like ideas for what the channel could be named, the red squiggly line did come up and I had to check to make sure, and I was like, obviously it's adjusted perspective. We are typoing it on purpose.
okay.
So your concern of like in 2 years down the line when I look at it and I go, oh fuck, I've been spelling it wrong. It's
right.
not gonna be news to me. Like, I got it. I got it.
All right, well-
I hope everybody else gets it, but
yeah,
you know,
well-
we'll see. Like,
Well, okay.
I think it's stylized. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know the game Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's spelled combat spelled with a K.
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah, so it's just,
Well-
you know, like,
Well, and that's just it. That's why I like the idea, and so I just want to make sure we were on the same page about that. But I guess why this is a little more of a concern to me is because, well, I had an old email that involved the word business, and I had spelled it a certain way, and one day I was saying that email out loud to somebody, and Alex was there and pointed out that, well, I spelled it Buisness.
mm-hmm.
And so really it just says business.
Business.
And none of your business. And so now I just tell people it's business spelled differently. Or rather, business done differently. And, you know, but I had been using that email for years. Like, I'd be like, oh, yeah, you could send.
And you never got their emails.
And then, yeah, that's why I didn't get a lot of emails. Yep.
You missed a lot of opportunities because of your fuck up.
Yep.
So I definitely know, yeah, like, adjusted was typoed. It's specialized in that way. Yeah, like, wasn't a surprise to me. I knew what was going on.
Okay, gotcha.
So- So yeah, I also like I went through you know, YouTube stuff, and I was like searching to make sure like other channels didn't exist with those names, and there is a channel that does exist with adjusted perspective, and it's really into like a lot of like, you know, explaining things and stuff. So but like there's only a couple of videos. Like, it's, I don't know, it.
Yeah, and he spelled it with a D, so like.
Yeah, he spelled it with a D, like too clear, too like
He didn't
educated.
adjust it very much.
But yeah, so anyway, for everybody else, welcome to the Adjusted Perspective podcast, or as we like to say, A&J podcast, or as I will be saying it, the J&A podcast.
For today.
For today. Until we figure it out and really give this thing a definitive name. But in the meantime, we're just going to try to entertain and do whatever we can. In the meantime, right off the bat, I want to address what happened with the past week's uploads. There's only supposed to be one podcast up on the per channel. Like per, what am I saying? One podcast per week was the intention so far. And we fucked it up.
You got 3.
I ended up breaking the damn thing up into 3 parts because of my fuck up on the way YouTube does their whole account thing. Like, so basically when you create an account, they ask you immediately to verify it. And I was not sure about all of that, and I was just like, nah, I don't need to verify shit. I didn't want to put a phone number in and any of that, so I skipped it. I clicked skip and continued going through, made the account, and started editing the podcast. And when it came time to upload, YouTube refused to process it. So I was trying to figure out, like, what's the deal here? Like, what's going on? Is it because we're a new channel? Like, there's limitations? And, like, I did, like, quick Google searches, and that seemed to be the case. So I figured, okay, like, I guess there's a time when YouTube does verify your account. We'll see how long that goes, and I'll just break up the videos to be under their 15-minute limit. And I figured since the podcast was about 30-ish, it was probably 33 minutes, so I just straight up broke it up into 11-minute bits. And it wasn't until I had uploaded all 3, scheduled them, that I actually took the time to Google and saw that all I had to do was verify the phone number. And I would have been allowed to do straight up whatever limit I wanted. Well, I mean, up to 12 hours.
You had the ability all along, Joe.
I had it, and it was in my grasp, and I fucked it up. And so, can I just, I'm gonna take the excuse that I'm a kinesthetic learner.
Okay.
Hands-on. I need to feel the media in my hands in order to learn,
to
and
grasp,
create.
to
firmly grasp,
to indulge, I can't think of
to really thrust it.
The words there, and I can't. But yeah, to get it.
Exactly. So So we're learning. This is a learning experience. We're trying to figure all this out. And I think moving forward, it should just be one podcast a week. Right now.
Yeah. I think for right now, I think at the pace we're going, I think one a week.
It allows me to, like, actually, like, when I'm editing it, I don't have to worry about, like, I feel like the breaking it up into 3 parts, if you were to, like, just listen to them on their own, you're missing context from the beginning. I think everything would have worked better. I honestly, dude, I think I should just re-upload the one podcast.
You could do that, yeah.
We should just do that.
Yeah, maybe do that. Yeah, because, I mean, think about it. It's like an episode of a show. You watch a half-hour episode on television in 3 different segments. It's going to, break it up, like, So, maybe just re-upload it. And
re-upload it and get the full context. Yeah. Because on their own it was, like, I didn't really, like, I experienced it. I did it. But, I definitely understand, like, also, there's no views. There's like, the first part got 11 views, like, all right, cool, thanks. And then the other ones after that were just like 1 and 1, and it was just like, oh, that's just us. That's just us watching it. Nobody likes this. This is all shit. I've seen like other people's podcasts where they're like, this is the worst episode. This is our worst episode.
This is so far.
So far. We can only go up the mountain.
Well, there's all the other episodes left. So, I mean, it's going to be a roller coaster of it's going to be a journey. But, I mean, no, but going back to what you said about uploading once a week. Yeah, I think, like you said, it gives you there's no pressure You know, anything we talk about, you have the whole week to kind of digest it. Plus, it gives us time to just think during the week. Just just think of ideas and kind of just develop. This way we're not kind of overworking ourselves, at least for now. And then down the road, maybe, hey, Joe, why don't we talk about this? And then all we have to do is press that little button, and before we know it, we're pumping out the content. So, yeah. But definitely for the initial, just the discipline of keeping this up and making it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
One a week for now, for sure.
And besides, whatever, just, coming up with, ideas of, who, how we can, spice it up. It'd be cool to have, other people. It's just me and you. But, maybe any of our friends, anybody that's working in the office wants to stop by. I'm still not getting over the fact that the janitor came in last week.
Oh yeah, dude. And I haven't seen anybody here. I haven't seen anybody.
No, right? None of the same people from last week were working here.
I don't.
That guy, the guy who came in.
The guy you talked to, or the guy?
The guy I talked to, yeah, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen him in the office. I was looking. I took a walk around. I was looking for a water fountain. Didn't see anybody. There is another janitor though, but he's on the other floor. So I don't know if they take shifts. If maybe that particular day it was just who they hired. Whoever shows up to clean up.
It could have been. I mean, that one dude that was leaving before we finished up. Was apparently the janitor, but he said there were no other people on the shift. Now they might alternate on days, but on that day I don't. But the dude that you talked to, you said he knew Stinky Joe.
Yeah. So after I listened to everything over. I had to leave all of that in the podcast. We didn't really get to talk too much, so I was just fuck it. This was it made me laugh.
Oh no, dude!
But you could hear how nervous that was.
The fact that happened was hilarious. I mean, I would have been upset if you didn't leave that in the podcast. That was our first podcast, and that shit happens.
It was just weird. But yeah. So after I listened to it over, it was he was asking about Stinky Joe.
Yeah, because that's the dude that told me about this space. Because he's anyway. When I used to go get donuts when I worked at, where I used to work. He'd be outside and he would always be out there smoking a cigar, and one day I'm walking in and he's like, hey man, because me and him had struck up a conversation a while back, and I was saying hey, we're me and my buddy are into film, we'd eventually like to start up a podcast, we got to get a studio and whatever. This is a year and a half, maybe probably about a year and a half ago, and probably about maybe 4 or 5 months ago. He just remembered. I'm walking in. I'm going to walk into the place, and he's out there, and he's like, hey, Ant. I remember a while back you and your buddy wanted to, you were talking about a studio or a space. He's like, listen, he's like, it ain't anything special, but I know a spot that just opened up. He's like, you guys could get situated in there, and he's like, rent's pretty, affordable, for the area. And I'm like, all right, sure enough, that was this place. I checked it out, and. Yeah, but that's Stinky Joe. I think I've told you about him.
You told me about him, but it's just weird to hear somebody else ask or even refer to him talking about him.
Yeah, but luckily.
But yeah, small world, I guess.
Yeah, very, very, and so I don't know. I guess that guy probably hangs out here, and he must be friends with him, and that's. Yeah, I don't. The guy that you said came in here does not ring a bell from what you've said. So yeah. I don't know who that is.
But I spoke to James.
Okay, what did he say?
Yeah, well, I didn't bring it up, but I was telling him there's a couple things that needed to be fixed, the outlet covers.
Yeah.
I
zip tied all these wires over here, so yeah. I mean they're not scattered, but we got to do something else because it still just looks
I mean, yeah, like we'll get it all situated, all fixed up, like really nailed down, not nail through wires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But yeah, like otherwise, what's that?
Yeah, so we don't want no zap.
Definitely. Yeah.
And dude, what about the locks? Did you broke them up, dude?
I mentioned the thing about the locks.
Okay.
And he said that like it's up to us on how we want to do that. We're free to put in new locks. I guess like basically like.
But we have to pay for it though.
Right. It's gonna come out of our pocket.
So wait.
He put in these locks, so he's just like, we'd have to give him the backup key.
So we pay for dude. I max out 3 cards for the studio. That's tens of thousands for this space. Doesn't come with working locks. We have to pay for the locks. Are you? Oh my. All right. Anyway, that I gotta talk to James later. That's.
I try to talk to James, but that's how he. I mean, you know me. I don't like confrontation, but like that's just how he made it sound. It's like, dude, I put in like all that work into like making those locks, putting those locks in. He said he put in the new door, but the thing looks scratched up.
And like I would totally, if he put all that work in, if the locks did the one thing they're supposed to do, and lock, but they don't. So all that work he did. That means nothing. Like I
guess.
I mean, I'm not trying to be but you drop a pretty penny for a studio spot, and it doesn't come with functioning locks, and then you have to. I mean, come on, I don't think. Anyway, today's gonna be a great day, guys. Sorry, just gotta hear.
Frustrating.
A little frustrating when things like that happen, but not gonna let it keep me down. I'll talk to James later.
All right. Yeah. In the meantime, like, what do we got? I was thinking about like doing segments.
Okay, I like that.
Ideas for segments. I was looking. I have like a little list, not a very little list.
Okay.
Of like things that could be done. Just like content wise.
Yeah, let me hear it. What do you got?
You want to hear it? Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna give ideas away and let people know what's coming up.
I mean, up to you.
Or what could come up?
What could come up? I mean, hey, maybe some of the audience might have some input. If anybody's listening right now, see what you want to hear.
Like,
what do you guys want to hear? Tell us.
Right, exactly. If there's like any like funny things that like could be looked at or like reacted to, or like even like little games. Like so here's the thing. I was like, we like movies.
Yeah, love them.
Right? Why not do like a trivia pursuit thing or something for like quick trivias. Okay. And see like which of us gets the most points. You're probably gonna win, but like why not? Maybe one day we'll just pull up like a list of things and just go through it. Like I said, like we could review random shit. Like there's always a viral video out there. Like we could just like take looks at some stuff. Like we have the new computer set up, right? So we could like pull up like a video. And it might be a little complicated running away from the microphone while we're like moving stuff around, but like we'll try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like we'll just pull up like a funny video and like react to it. If it makes you laugh, like, or makes me laugh, like whatever. Or like, oh, it could be a challenge. We'll challenge each other. We'll pull up a couple videos, right?
Okay.
Pull up a couple videos, just have them on the backlog, whatever. Like get those YouTube links in, and then we'll just like present it. And if we can make you break, it's a point.
Okay, I like it. Yeah,
all
yeah.
Right. That's an idea.
That's a good idea, man. Yeah.
How about have you ever been sorted into a Harry Potter house?
I don't think I have. Wait, no.
Really?
Actually, I might have at the theme parks at Universal Studios.
Oh, so you got like the real official shit.
Yeah. But
well, I
tell
don't
me
know.
about
like,
your
is that I mean, just
I
like,
don't know.
They have that thing online. You can just you can go on like the Pottermore.
Oh, okay.
Pottermore.
And just see where like.
And just like
Put it
do
in.
like the you do the whole quiz thing.
Okay.
Or whatever it is, and yeah, it's like a whole survey thing, and then it tells you what house you are.
Oh, dude, stuff like that. Yeah, it's awesome. Just go back and forth. I love the idea of trivia. I'm a huge trivia buff, so like especially movies. I mean that, you know, the Potter. Yeah, you just gotta send me these. Send me, shoot me over these links, or let's like pop it on a. I'll pop it on a pen and throw it over. I'll type it in on. Let's
For future.
yeah for future because
yeah. We'll get it more prepared. We'll get it set up, so we have like some stuff to do for like next time and shit. We don't want to shoot our load all in one shot.
yeah. No, it's never good. Never good. But it might give birth to a lot of ideas. So
yeah. Can you think up of anything or like what?
So I do like the idea of movie trivia, but taking that a step further, we could challenge each other to watch a movie each week or a show or something, some type of media. But I think movies are probably the easiest form to to access. But like on a mutual platform we both have, whether it's Netflix or Hulu or Disney or whatever, and then just kind of say, okay, watch this movie and then talk about the next podcast, give it a review. We both like movies,
Okay.
we both love talking about them, so why not chat about a movie on here? Or, plus just the idea of constantly... Because I love watching new movies, and sometimes I don't necessarily know what to watch or know what movie to watch. So we could even, like, pick at random, like you and I, like, put a little bowl in the middle of the desk here, fill it up with, like, 10, 15 movies that are on Netflix or something, shake it up, we pull a movie out at random, and then sometime this week you and I both have to watch that movie and then talk about it on the next podcast.
Okay.
So gives us something to
And
do.
now that's assuming that we actually fall through with it and actually find the time to watch that movie.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It pushes us to have to, but you have to, find an hour and a half between now and next week to watch the movie, and then just have that to chew on.
Okay. We could actually just do that. Like, do you have like a list of like of movies that you would want to watch?
Right now, off the top of my head, no, but I know I've queued a lot on like my. Well, okay, what streaming platforms do you have?
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I got most of them.
Okay, because I got Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon Prime.
Alright, 2 of those I don't have.
Okay. Yeah, like I just got to look at the list and then just figure
Okay.
something out. Just come.
So
up with a
then,
bunch
yeah,
of-
all right. So next time when when you're back at home, write them down or just text me,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next week or whenever you want to do it. And we'll just drop that. We'll drop it at the end and just let everybody know like the movie. And if anybody wants to join along and watch it with us,
Yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah, we could list. Okay, so moving forward, what we could do is come at the end of every podcast. We'll reach in the bowl, pull out a movie, watch it for next week. But this way, the audience, can watch along and for next week. Sit in on the conversation. They could leave comments, talk about the movie too. And just,
definitely let us know. Should we? Oh, now I'm thinking like, if anybody actually watches and wants to comment, they'll end up commenting on the podcast before we even watch the movie for the next podcast. So we should keep it a secret so people don't spoil it for us. These are thoughts.
Whoa. That's a good point. Unless
I don't want the whole comment section to be like, "Oh, Lion King sucks."
yeah, sure. Oh man,
I have seen Lion King, by the way. It does suck.
I've seen it. I mean, I think it visually, I thought it looked great.
Visually, sure.
I mean, it was
Go ahead.
it was good, I think, but I don't think it was great. I think it was a live action version of the film I love from the 90s. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
It didn't offer much more flavor or anything, you know, but it was visually, it was cool. It was nice to see. I'm glad it exists, you know, to have seen it. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was an experience, but like I feel like it added nothing
yeah,
to it. Like it did nothing more. I feel like they could have animated the faces a little bit more. Is this conversation going to be all about Lion King right now? Yeah, why not? They literally they didn't add anything to the story, to the whole thing. It was just like a National Geographic version of like the Lion King. Like if the mounts didn't even move, I would have felt the same emotion I did watching the damn movie. Like you know, like they're you know, obviously you're gonna lose something from animation to CGI, but like straight up, like the face animations weren't really like, were not impressive. Like you know, like you get the emotion of like from the animated movie of like Scar, like how much he you know, like when he was singing to the hyenas and all that stuff. Like
yeah,
you feel that even with the voice, and then now it's just meh.
yeah, because he's like talk singing. Be prepared. And
Yeah, it's just also I have to criticize James Earl Jones's voice in that movie.
oh yeah,
I feel like it was very phoned in.
huh?
I didn't get much like of the emotion. Like it's straight up like there's more emotion in the animated movie. This new version, it was just James Earl just talking into a microphone, doing the lines that he had done 20 plus years ago.
So yeah, I need to rewatch it and kind of listen to his voice, I guess, a little more.
I watched it in one shot, dude.
Yeah, no, I watched it in. I watched it in one shot too, but like I didn't take notice of that like the first time I watched it, so I feel like I kind of want to watch it again and just pay attention to his voice and see if I get
definitely,
that.
Definitely, yeah.
You know?
Pay attention to it because like it literally, like if that movie would have came out like today, I would have said, "Oh, it's James Earl Jones talking into a microphone in his home studio." That's how bad it was.
But it came out a couple months ago and you said the same thing?
What? No, the movie came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
So that means that they were in a sound studio. They were able to get him in and like actually do his voice lines, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying that we would, if it came out today, I would have said that, oh, it's because of coronavirus they couldn't get good sound quality.
Oh. Gotcha.
Right. That's what I mean. And so knowing the fact that like they I'm assuming they had it professionally done in the studio. I mean, although like I don't know, like now I'm second guessing myself. Like it could also be that they had to do something special for his case, maybe because he's an older gentleman, that they had to do maybe they had to bring the studio to him. But like I don't know, like there definitely is like something lost from the performance he did in the 90s.
I just had this image of them driving up with a whole studio to his house, just literally bringing the entire studio to him. Like James Earl Jones is some giant diva, like put the dressing over there, and like it's
like just like the way he acted in Big Bang Theory. It's like, I was Darth Vader.
Do as I say.
Put the microphone against that wall.
The couch will be there. The refrigerator there.
I don't know if you turned him into a caveman or Thor.
I am Thor. I am Darth Vader. I am George Clooney. They all sound the same.
Yeah. What?
All three of those guys sound the same. George Clooney, Thor, and James Earl Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look.
I have to listen to all their performances again now.
Yeah, close your eyes and listen to each of them talk. You won't know the difference. On a serious note, George Clooney and Tim Allen have like the same voice. Have you ever listened to them talk? Close your eyes and listen to them talk.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that now.
Yeah,
That's my
you have to
homework.
do because they to me I've always and I've Googled it I've like sometimes I have these theories and I'm like, am I the only person who feels this way? So I'll Google like what's his name?
George Clooney.
George Clooney and Tim Allen.
Yeah.
George Clooney and Tim Allen sound the same, and like all of a sudden, like Reddit like forums pop up with like other people are like talking about the exact same shit, and so I'm like, all right, good. I'm not crazy. Like other people hear it.
Damn. I know that's happened a lot, like, where I'll be like, yo, this is something, right? And I'll start Googling, go on Reddit and shit, and, like, dig for that information until I find it. And then I'm like, there you fucking go, I was so right. But I had to dig for it, so I don't know if I created it myself.
Hey, dude, yeah, you're checking my phone.
Yeah. Tim Allen and George Clooney have almost exactly the same voice. Reddit posts. Anyone here thought that Buzz Lightyear was voiced by George Clooney?
Yeah, and then look,
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
did George Clooney play Buzz Lightyear? See, like it's yeah.
The energy is out there.
Yeah. I don't know when I realized that, like how old I was, but yeah, at some point I was just like, they have the exact same voice.
I've never thought that. Because now you're telling me that the beloved Buzz Lightyear sounds like Batman.
Yeah. Yep.
The worst Batman, to be honest. Yeah. The other thing about Lion King.
Yeah.
Not to make this whole fucking thing, like Joe and Ant rip the Lion King.
Oh man. Roar.
Should I say it? I don't know. I'ma be a diva. I hated Beyonce.
Yeah, I was not a fan of her performance. I mean, like she was okay. Like Beyonce has a great voice. Don't get me wrong, but like her, I don't know, just. Like as Nala, her character just didn't. It lacked an energy, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, like a lot of the
Yeah.
like. I mean, it's basically just like James's performance and Beyonce. Like it's just it's just very meh.
Yeah.
Although everybody else is like all the other characters were like top notch.
Yeah. I think Glover did
Right?
it.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah. They were great. I think Seth Rogen was solid choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice for Pumbaa. I think.
Oh shit! I forgot his name. Billy. Oh man, what's the guy's name?
Oh, who played Timon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Billy McBride. No, Billy McBride. That's Billy Bob Thornton from Goliath. Bill. Oh god, yeah, he's in American Horror Story, Apocalypse.
Billy Eichner. No.
Eisner, yeah, Billy Eisner.
Eisner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Eisner, right? Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
there's a CH in there. Eicher.
Billy Eichner? Eichner. Wait, how do you spell it? No, because Eisner's the dude from Disney. Michael Eisner, like I think the former CEO.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Nobody
jump on me if I'm wrong.
Eichner. See, look.
Eichner. Yeah, Eichner. Eichner, yeah. Billy Eichner.
Eichner.
I think he's a stand-up comedian too.
Yes. He's a comic.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the show.
But he stands up when he does it, so he's a stand-up comic.
Right, yeah, he definitely doesn't sit down for it.
No, not in any of the shows I've seen.
So, what else you got on that list?
All right, so yeah, I love the idea of games. I love the idea of challenging each other. You know, picking a movie out of the bowl once a week at the end of every episode. Pick a movie. We have to watch it by the next podcast, and yeah, we review it. And then, I mean, like I said, we could do this for different mediums. I mean, I know I'm not the most efficient reader. I love reading. I don't do it a lot though. I love reading books, but like, you know, I pick a book and I'll read it. It'll take me a while. Like time wise, it's just very hard to follow through. I would love to say, hey, let's pick a book too. We could read a book, give ourselves a month, but I know that's like movies are going to be a lot easier. Just find an hour and a half during the week to just whatever. But like.
Yeah, so I don't wanna turn this whole thing into like a book club of sorts.
Yeah. No,
and
not.
I'm still in the middle of reading a book that I started 2 years ago. So
I mean, if we're going back that far, Joe, I'm in the middle of about 18 books I started in the last 15 years. Like,
yeah, but at least you've started these books. I picked up one and then that's it. Just it's sitting on a table, collecting dust. So books, not so much. Movies are more palatable.
yeah, and easier to find the time to just watch one.
Right.
But
yeah. So and like, hey, whatever. Like, I there's a lot of like shows in general that I like need to catch up on. I think we were talking about before we started recording, The Mandalorian.
Yes. We were.
And so I'm still on season 1. I still have to watch episode 6.
Oh man.
But otherwise, yeah, like I'm up to but like, yeah, and then I was going through YouTube the other day and I saw actually I said the other day I was going through YouTube earlier and I saw a clip of a character show up, and I was like, oh shit, I need to catch up. I can't be watching this clip.
In Mandalorian?
Yeah, Mandalorian.
Okay, now I won't say anything either. I'm all caught up.
You are all caught up.
I am all caught up.
From last night's episode as well?
Last night's episode, yeah.
Okay.
And
that's not the character I'm talking about. I know who the character is.
Okay, are you talking about...
I'm talking about Ashoka.
Okay, that's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I only know of her because one of my friends, the one I told you about who gets me movies, introduced me to that character because he's a big fan of like Clone Wars and Rebels, and told me about her and was like, hey, she's gonna be coming in. They're gonna introduce him to the Mandalorian because he's also reading a book about her. In the Star Wars universe.
Right. The
and
expanded literature.
Yeah, so he kind of introduced me to her, told me, she's a pretty badass character, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, finally seeing her in the show was like, oh wow, this is awesome. Like, this is a character that's kind of been a little bit hyped up for me for some time now, and yeah, and I think Rosario Dawson,
yes,
I just did an awesome job as her. So
yeah, no, like she's like, from the little clip that I saw, she was. I think I'm not sure if they were training Gorku. Is that his name? Grogu.
Grogu.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it I think they were like discussing training him and then like she like has the rock and he refuses to like give it back and throws it on the floor. But then like there's a little metal ball that he accepts from Mando. So like I was like, oh my god, I why did I watch all of this? I need to stop. I can't. But like yeah, I knew that they were gonna be putting her character in. I heard that they casted Rosario from before season 1 started. I think they had said it. So I've known about it for a long time. So like I knew she was coming in, and that they were like, I think at the time it was speculated that she was gonna be Ahsoka Tano. But yeah, like to see it finally like manifest and it is actually real and I could watch it now. I was like, fuck, like I really do need to catch up. I cannot be watching these spoilers.
Yeah, dude, I was saying the last few episodes have just been like amazing. Like the last episode, I think the whole episode was just awesome.
I heard like on Facebook, one of my somebody on Facebook like just like made a post and just said whatever, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I cannot believe you would like. And it was like a single sentence, just like maybe 10 words. In 10 words, he basically said it all. I mean, all you had to do was say the character's fucking name. But like, yeah, I was just like, fuck you, dude. I cannot believe it.
The one from last night.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
He was awesome too. Like.
Yeah, I refuse to watch anything for that. Like when I saw Rosario Dawson, I was like, yeah, I want to watch this clip real quick. But yeah, I'm just not going to. Now, I saw a couple other things. I don't even know if this was all in like the span of the single clip that I watched or like what it was, but I saw the black lightsaber.
Okay, the dark saber.
Ah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice to see that. And then like the what else did I? Oh, no. The question I have is it like I should just watch the show and I could answer this myself, but I think it was the end of episode 5. Was it the end of episode 5? Where you see the like okay, so it was kind of like there was a character walking through the sand, and you hear the spurs of the boots.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was in the first season.
The first season, I believe
Yeah.
it was episode 5. It might have
Okay.
been the ending, the very
Yeah.
end. You just see the boots walking through the desert to the body. I think it was the girl that got killed. And a lot of people back then speculated that it was the character that showed up last night.
Last night, yeah.
So is that?
I think so. I remember that being the case too. It was either him or it was one other person that's possible that you may have seen in clips or whatever. If you've seen the dark saber, you've probably seen this character.
Okay.
So I just
Jess is all in black.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was one of them because they were like two very big characters, of course. But honestly I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Okay.
Which of the two was, but I think no, it might have been the first one though, the one you just asked
The one
me about.
I thought
Yeah.
I'm speculating. The only other thing I can think of was like have they like this is after the prequels. Yeah, this is way past prequels. All this shit.
Yeah,
So
from-
then this is
the
this is after
The Mandalorian takes
6.
place between 6 and 7. So like the Empire has been, after the
Shut
Death Star
down.
got blown up,
Right.
in episode 6. But yeah, before Force Awakens. So
okay. So before all the new movies,
Yeah.
after everything that existed.
and in the the last episode of Mando. Oh, it was pretty cool. Just yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll promise that by next week I'll have caught myself up.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
So we'll do that. I'll do that.
I'm
I'll
gonna hold you
definitely
to
getting
that.
on to that. What do we name the podcast at this point? Like,
Oh, man,
we
yes.
talk about Disney.
We gravitate toward Lion King, Mandalorian, Star Wars, universe in general, and then of course, I'm sure we'll wind up at the Avengers, and
Did we talk about the Avengers? Oh yeah, I did. Throw it on.
yeah, I know we met. Yeah, you mentioned them briefly. About Tony Stark. Oh man, Joe, is there can we open a window in here, or is that thing barred on the outside?
It looks like. I mean, you could try. I don't know. Judging by how much everything's been going with James, I wouldn't be surprised if those windows were dead bolted.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When I said that, I was really hoping you'd pop up and say, "Oh, let me check," but you didn't, and I'm getting the vibe that neither one of us actually want to get up right now and check. So,
I mean, I'm feeling a little cool, but I'll check.
no, it's if you don't mind, but
Fuck
you don't
I'm
have
gonna
to.
do it.
All right, cool. Thank you. I'm a little. But anyway, while Joe does that, I've been reading a book lately, and it's called Awakened by James Ismail. I don't know if any of our fans here are fans of the Impractical Jokers, but those guys are extremely funny. One of them, though, is kind of taking a deviation in creative mediums and is now I think he's up to his 3rd novel in the series, but it's a horror series taking place in the heart of New York City at the inaugural premiere of this new subway system that goes straight from Jersey through the 5 boroughs. And on this day, there's this there's an attack, and it's just it starts off just simply as this really intense horror story. You know, the president's there, the mayor's there. It's a huge event being televised, and it just shit goes south real quick. And it's gory, it's intense, and then it kind of segues into the conspiracy realm, and it's great. I'm loving this. I'm about halfway through the first book, and so far it's just like it's great.
Yeah, it's not opening.
Yeah, sounded like you were struggling there a little bit.
Yeah, you could see that. And you, this is one of those 18 books that you started reading?
What? Yes, this is one of those 18 books that I've started reading. I'm hoping that I can add this to the list of one of the 3 I've finished.
The 3.
Gonna make it number 4. But yeah, I'm about halfway through reading for about like a week, so another 2 months and I should be done.
Oh damn! 2 months.
I'm hoping next, like, maybe even tonight, try to bang out a few chapters, but we'll see.
Word.
Favoring it.
Yeah. So
going back to
yeah, the window.
before the window, just coming up with segments or ideas, but unless you want to talk more about the window, we could chat more about the window. I don't know. That experience seemed like you had some.
Well,
I don't know. There's a lot going on there.
There's nothing going on with the window, Ant. It's painted shut. I assume you know what that means.
I'm familiar with the term.
Yeah. So what it means is somebody painted the walls, and got it over the window. And so that's it. Like, it's not. If that window were to budge,
you'll ruin the paint job.
I would ruin the paint job. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Honestly, not too concerned considering Jim's been quite a jerk about the locks.
Yeah, that's right, dude. I gotta talk to him. What time is it too? Because he only hangs around here for like.
He usually heads out around 5 or 6.
Yeah, we gotta. We still got time, but I gotta. Yeah, I don't understand why he's being such a dick about that. Well, because I think it should be his responsibility to provide the new renters with a safe lock environment. I think that should just come with the facility. So for him to give us a problem about getting functioning locks, I think makes him a dick.
Yeah, I guess so. Considering I tried to tell him that, like, the janitor walked in, but he was really busy. He was like trying to just rush out and get out of there.
Well, no, Joe, that's probably why, because you told him the janitor walked in, and he's probably like, yeah, the janitor has the keys. You gotta tell him a random dude who wasn't the janitor walked in.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, yes.
Did you stress the point of this, that the random dude, like, we don't know who it was?
I guess not. I didn't really stretch it out, but, like, I was trying to just tell him, like, if we're in the middle of the podcast, like, if we're in the middle of if we're in the office, it's like, when you go to a hotel room, if I'm in the room, don't come in.
Yeah, I mean, if the hotel room is rocking,
don't come a knocking.
Don't come knocking.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, I've seen this in, like, movies where they have, like, the red light bulb that's outside. Lets you know, like, on air type shit.
Sock on the. Yeah, no, never mind.
What?
That's what you're talking about.
The sock on the door? Is that what
sock
you
on the
saying?
door. Once upon a time, that
we
would
could do
been,
that too, but he probably
useful.
wouldn't get that message.
Shh. Never mind. Anyway, fuck.
Yeah. So yeah. To be fair, yeah, I probably didn't. I didn't stretch out the whole problem that I had. Like just I don't know. It's just yeah. He I don't know. If he's not gonna pay for it, like it would just be faster for us to just do it.
No, we can do it, but keep a receipt.
Right.
And maybe we could fight to just have him reimburse us, because, like, I mean, come on, man. Like, that should be his responsibility.
Yeah.
So, whatever, we'll see. But, yeah, let's get the locks fixed. I wanted to have it done by today, but I'm just glad I got these wires cleaned up, because I didn't want to go watch your shooter just...
Yeah, we gotta get the, you zip tied everything, but, like, maybe even, like over here where if we had to, like, walk. Because, like, when I went over to the window, like, there's just, like, a rope of wires. So, like, maybe get one of those, like, I've seen them at, like, county fairs. Like, they're, like, a little, like, over thing that, like, you place over it so that you can, like, walk safely.
Okay.
We could do shit like that. I don't know. That would look nice to me, but, like,
No, I think that would work. I even saw at Walmart they had these little, like, hook things we could put, like, right around the framing of the walls here, and then the wires would just kind of sit on them, like, and then just keep them up against the walls. So, I mean, because, like, it's gonna be hard to, like, hide.
Are you saying they're
wires.
hooks that, like, hang the wires against the wall?
Yeah, like little kind of like, I guess, like, you call them like J's, like J shapes like that, but yeah, they go against the wall and then the wires just kind of like sit in them.
But
like,
that's a lot of wires to just hang on, like, on a hook like that, and then it's gonna go across the room.
I know, Joe.
I'm just saying, like, you want to hang the wires on the wall. At some point, they come down and they come across.
I'm just saying, where the wires are less and a little thinner, we can do that. My goal is there are devices out there that we can use to our benefit to get these wires to remain up against the walls so as to not have them covering the surface area of the little floor space we have in this studio. Like,
maybe we could even get him under the desk.
You know what, that could work? Is we have this little thing right here. In between, like, where our two desks kind of meet, there's this like channel here, and we could probably, I think when we start heading out, I'll up down there. I'll see if we could wiggle these a little bit and kind of move them out. I think we get these wires, the bulk of mine over here, and then the ones that over yours by your section that wrap around. We could get them under and in the middle. Probably put them over this thing, and then separate this, and then move that together.
Okay.
And then I think we'll get rid of all these wires, and I don't think we'll see much except for the ones over there, because, I mean, obviously.
Right. Okay.
I think. Okay, I think.
That seems like it's a lot more organized than how we kind of just dumped everything on the table.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really, because we were here on the weekend, and I think between the two of us, we were only here, like 3 times during the week? Because I know I came to once.
I was here twice.
Just to, you were here
one time to walk around, and then the other time just, like, again walking around and then sitting down for the podcast.
Okay, yeah, the first podcast, and then I came during the week I had left my jacket here after we filmed the first one. But, so... Yeah, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of decent space in here. We put pop posters up right there. I mean, these desks have a decent amount of surface area. There's room there by the door. Like, I got some ideas for, like, I don't know, stuff we could put in here. But I think it's coming together.
So I think we'll put the Halo poster in the middle. That'll be kind of like neutral ground. And and we'll just, like, build up the room, right?
Yeah, dude, that sounds perfect. I can see it right there, right in the middle of these 2 desks. And I mean, Halo, that's perfect. Like you said, neutral ground.
Yeah. And then I think that's about it for this week, right? Like.
Just let's maybe pick a movie to watch. Do the whole movies in a pot. Pick one for next week.
Alright, but I did say I was gonna watch Mando.
Oh, that's right. Okay, no, yeah, never mind. Okay, so you know what? We can kind of figure out that whole system. Introduce that next week. You catch up on Mando. You catch up on. Yeah, because you can watch the next episode, and then
Right.
this way you're all caught up for the next podcast.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, so next week I'll have caught up and I'll have watched the new episode for next week.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll talk about it and then yeah, so you want to do the movie thing next week then?
Yeah, we can start it, and at the end of the episode, we'll pick the movie and then leave off with that movie to watch for the following week.
Okay. So yeah, that sounds fine then. Catch up Mando, watch a movie.
Okay, cool.
In the meantime then guys, that is all we have and we will see you guys next week with hopefully a better show.
Yeah, you guys stay healthy, stay safe out there, and we will talk next week. Y'all be good. Y'all be great.